Welcome back to Harbor Nook. I am so excited you could join me for this scrumptious, lovely recipe. This recipe you have probably seen all over social media. This recipe actually went viral and it is a so heartwarming, delicious comfort food recipe, pasta Italian dish that is not going to take a lot of ingredients, so you might already have them at home, and it's very fast and easy. Remember, I'm starting out with easy recipes here, so this one, I think it's doable, so we shall see. I'm a little nervous because I'm trying to eat healthy, and while this isn't the healthiest pasta, it's delicious. So some of the things you'll need, I am using a glass baking dish. You can use any large baking dish. I love to bake with glass because you can see all the lovely ingredients marinating together inside. I have my cooking gloves. I have this little colander spoon. This is great, easy, especially because I'm not cooking large meals. I'm making my meals, I'm cooking definitely for more than one person, but I'm not cooking for a feast. So some of these smaller tools are going to be easier for me to use. I also have, you can use your favorite pasta. Any pasta will work. I have on hand these mini farfalles, and these are just so adorable. You can see how tiny they are. And I just love how cute and tiny they are. This is from the Good and Gather brand at Target. So this is the mini farfalles, I should say. It's farfalle. Okay, anyway, I have some crushed red pepper. This is just some Whole Foods 365 red pepper crushed. I have some salt. I have some extra virgin olive oil. And I also have grape tomatoes that I'm gonna be adding to this dish. So the first thing, and a block of feta cheese. So the first thing that we wanna do is we wanna melt the feta cheese and the tomatoes together in the oven. While this is baking in the oven, it's gonna take about 30 minutes. We can work on getting these farfalles all nice and ready to go. Okay, so I wanna show you guys, I'm gonna change the camera view to show you guys the beautiful block of feta cheese and grape tomatoes. I can't wait. Okay, you guys, the first things first is I have my wonderful baking dish. I have my block of feta cheese here. I also have these lovely little grape tomatoes. So the first thing I'm gonna do is wash my hands and put on my cooking gloves. And the thing that I love about this recipe and why I think it went so viral is the amount of ingredients. You do not need a lot of ingredients. Okay, I'm gonna put on my cooking gloves. I also am gonna go ahead and preheat the oven to 375. So let me preheat the oven. Okay, while the oven is preheating, I have my wonderful baking dish. I have my wonderful feta cheese, and I'm gonna grab my scissors. Actually, I think I can just open it up as so. Ooh, look at this beautiful block of feta cheese. This on a charcuterie would be divine. I rinsed this baking glass. Okay, so what you wanna do is put the feta cheese just right in the middle of your baking dish, as so. The next thing that I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and wash my grape tomatoes in my little colander here. On these beautiful grape tomatoes, they just look almost like artificial. I'm gonna go ahead and place my freshly washed little grape tomatoes just all around the feta cheese here. Beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and wash the second grape tomato. My second batch of tomatoes, I'm just gonna go ahead and place these all around the feta cheese. I will say, I think this dish could even be eaten without the pasta. If you were a low carb recipe, you could probably make a beautiful feta kind of dip. Okay, I have my block of feta cheese. I have my tomatoes. The next step is we want to go ahead and drizzle and get some olive oil in here before we bake it. Okay, you guys, the next thing you want to do is we are going to take this wonderful olive oil and drizzle our beautiful tomatoes. So I'm gonna go ahead, and you can be pretty lenient. You wanna make sure all the tomatoes are nicely covered. Do a little drizzle over the feta cheese as well. The next step, if you want a little kick, you can add, of course, the red peppers. I'm gonna go ahead and add, I love crushed red peppers, so be a little lenient with our red peppers here. I'm gonna go ahead and just make sure that the tomatoes are well coated in the olive oil. So just make sure that all of the tomatoes are getting covered with all of that olive oil so it can bake nice and lovely. Make a little music sound. Then I'm going to add a little bit of just some traditional salt. Again, I like to pour it into my hand, and you can definitely add quite a bit of salt. Okay, you guys, now that we have our beautiful dish ready, I'm gonna go ahead and increase the baking temperature to 400 before we pop this into the oven. Okay, you guys, now that I have prepared this beautiful first step dish with the feta block cheese and the wonderful tomatoes, they are drenched in olive oil, salt, and some red pepper flakes. This is going to go in the oven at 400 degrees for about 30 minutes, but keep an eye on it because this dish is going to be really towards your preference, which I think, again, why this dish went so viral is because it's easy to make and you kind of know how well you like your pasta cooked. But I'm gonna go ahead and put this in there for about 30 minutes and then we'll get started on our farfalle. And these are mini farfalle, which is even cuter. Okay, you guys, let's put it in the oven. Okay, you guys, now that the dish is in the oven and it is baking, I am going to go ahead and boil up my beautiful mini farfalles. And these are, of course, our little bow tie pasta. These are mini farfalles, so I just thought they were so cute and adorable. And one thing that you might not know is farfalle is actually butterflies in Italian. So when people say little bow tie pasta, you can actually start referring to it as butterfly pasta. One cool thing about this pasta is it has been around since the 1500s. That is a long time. And it's mainly from northern Italy. So that is pretty cool. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead, since again, I'm just cooking for like 1 to 2 people, I'm gonna cook this in a 2.5 quart pot. This is just kind of like a saucepan. I'm not cooking that much. I'm gonna go ahead and bring some water to a boil, and then I will add my pasta. You want to go ahead and cook this to al dente, which is when it's a little bit still firm to bite. That's all that means. So al dente just means a little firm. So you don't want it super loosey-goosey. You just want to cook it to al dente. So it's not going to take long at all. And I can't wait to show you guys how beautiful this dish is going to look like in the oven. So let's go ahead and boil up our wonderful water, add a little pinch of salt, and cook this farfalle or butterfly pasta. Okay, you guys, welcome back. We have let those beautiful tomatoes and feta cheese marinate together in the oven, and I think they are just about ready. You guys saw the beautiful farfalle, aka butterfly pasta, boiling on the stove there. So I think everything is ready, and now the fun part to this recipe. We get to mix it all together. I cannot wait. I am getting chills just thinking about how gorgeous and beautiful this pasta is going to taste. So let's go ahead and pull out the wonderful feta cheese and tomato in the oven. Again, this was at 400 degrees, about 25 to 30 minutes. I'm gonna pull that out. We're gonna mix the feta cheese with the tomato so that it becomes this nice, beautiful, creamy sauce. And then we add the carbs, AKA the farfalle. So I am so excited. I'm gonna go ahead and wash my hands again. I'm gonna put my cooking gloves on and let's get creaming. Just washed my hands. We are going to go ahead and put on our cooking gloves and take this beautiful dish out of the oven. It's so funny, when it was cooking, I was thinking of all the different varieties you could add to this dish. You could add garlic, you could add chicken. How delicious would it be? How delicious would it be with some beautiful chicken in there? Okay, let me go ahead and get this out. Okay, you guys, I just took out this beautiful dish and I cannot wait to show you. Oh my goodness, you can hear just how beautiful. One more time. Okay, our next step is we are going to smash the feta cheese and mix this into a beautiful sauce. So I'm gonna show you guys, I'm gonna change angles so you guys can see just how beautiful this looks. Okay, welcome back. I have mixed this beautiful feta cheese with the tomato. I have mixed it and I got this beautiful orange hue. So this sauce is creamy and delicious, and with the red pepper, you're going to get that little kick. So now that the sauce is all mixed, I am going to add those beautiful little mini farfalle. I have the beautiful farfalle, and I am going to go ahead and take small pieces of the farfalle at a time with my little scooper here. And the reason being is that I want to make sure that each of these beautiful butterflies get all the marinating that each of these little butterflies deserve. And I will just fold it in to our beautiful pasta dish. This is absolutely scrumptious. This is also a great vegetarian dish. If you have loved ones that are not meat eaters, you could add this. You could do a chicken breast on the side for the meat eaters. If you wanted to make this dish for children, you could leave out the red peppers and just make it a beautiful tomato dish. One thing I love about pasta is the leftovers, of course. It will last in your fridge. Just pop in a little pasta every night, you know? All right, let's add some more pasta. Now, before serving, what you can do is leave this on the heat on the stove just to keep it warm at a really low temperature, and just let all of these beautiful juices really marinate these wonderful little mini farfalles. I think what we'll have to do for our next one is see how I love crushing these little tomatoes. Let all the warm juices marinate. See how we can make these beautiful farfalles from scratch. You'll have to join me on my journey. I've made pasta from scratch a couple times, but I've made traditional spaghetti. I have not tried some of these more unique shapes. Okay, my last little batch of my beautiful farfalle. Again, I kind of eyeballed my pasta. I would say about a good two cups of this little mini farfalle here. Of course, if you would like to add some salt and pepper to taste, you can. I think this is pretty heavenly seasoned. This is heavily seasoned. I said heavenly, and I meant heavily. Heavily seasoned. So I don't think it will need much more seasoning, but I just love to really make sure that every farfalle is coated here. Again, I'm going to let this sit before serving just to make sure that all of the wonderful flavors really marinate. I'm using also this softer bamboo spoon or wood spoon because I don't want to accidentally cut the shape of my beautiful butterfly pasta. I want it to maintain its wonderful shape here. So I'm just kind of folding over all of these beautiful pasta. Again, the nice thing about this pasta, let's see if I can get this tomato. Whoop, see? Look at all those beautiful tomato juices that just squirted everywhere though. That's gonna be so gorgeous. That's what's kind of been giving the feta this nice orange hue. Okay, you guys, I think I'm gonna let this beautiful pasta sit. I'm gonna let it sit for about 5 minutes, let it really marinate, and then we will plate our beautiful pasta. How dreamy does that look? Dreamy. Okay, now's the best part. of cooking at home, you get to enjoy a lovely pasta meal. This pasta dish, very simple to make. You guys made it with me. Let's enjoy. Heavenly. I love this dish. This dish is scrumptious. I know why this recipe went viral. This pasta is too good. I love this pasta, especially if you have big families at home. This pasta will be a great go-to. I think this pasta can be incorporated weekly. Very cheap ingredients, very fast, not using a lot of the kitchen tools and gadgets. Very simple and straightforward, and it tastes divine. If you wanted to make this a little more kid-friendly, don't add the red pepper and it will still be absolutely delicious. If you wanted to add a little protein, a nice chicken breast on the side or cut and mixed in would be absolutely scrumptious too. I think this plate of pasta and this recipe might be my new weekly go-to. This is divine. With a nice glass of red wine, it will make the whole meal just taste decadent and delicious. Thank you guys for tuning in to Harbor Nook. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know down below if you have ever made our beautiful farfalle from scratch. I want to know. Again, these were mini farfalle, and I am eager to try making them from scratch. I hope you guys have a great week and talk soon. I think I might have to go for round 2. Anyway.